that is not aimed at embarrassing Canada. We are putting out details of this link so the Canadians realize what their country is becoming under Trudeau. Nothing but a terrorist heaven.
Diversity is our strength, right? It seems to be a very weird narrative here in the West that the only way you are a good person is if you are okay with anybody who wants to take advantage of that, completely stomping over everything that you value and everything that you know to be home.
Come here to Canada and storm those f***ing temples. Yeah! Come to Canada and storm the f***ing Sikh temples. They have no right to have those kind of temples.
You know diversity is not your strength when you've not only divided your entire country and its natural-born citizens, but you have also successfully divided the immigrants and refugees you brought into the country, which makes Justin Trudeau's response to this issue today that much more laughable and pathetic. I promise you, though, by the end of this video, it will make so much more sense to you. Could this be yet another Justin Trudeau scandal? I think yes. So I will be giving you more details and context so that you can better understand this situation as a whole, on top of revealing some of the findings that are pretty damn traitor-like. But I figured the best way to start off this video is with this message from India's own Minister of External Affairs.
Number of gangland people, number of people with organized crime links from Punjab have been made welcome in Canada. We have been telling Canada, saying, look, these are wanted criminals from India. You have given them visas. They have come, many of them, in false documentation. And yet you allow them to live there. If you decide to import for political purposes people with very dubious, actually very negative background, there will be issues. They have, in some cases, created problems in their own country as a result of their own policies.
And what are those issues? Well, surely it couldn't be something as bad as people who are armed with swords in the street. Or, attacking people's place of worship and also them solely for worshiping it. I would like to add on that note, though, it's interesting how in Canada, the only time that sort of act gets any type of media coverage is when it doesn't involve an Abrahamic faith, which is, traditionally what Canadians practice. Because there's been, over 120 churches burned to the ground now, and yep, not a peep. Or do you remember the COVID restrictions? So this is a political issue, and it has to do with Sikh Khalistanis wanting a separatist state in India, which is something that they have been protesting here in Canada, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'll allow these gentlemen to explain that for you a little bit better than I can.
Like, what do you say to Canadians who are watching this who have no really historical context and are wondering why are people taking over the streets? Why are these foreign clashes happening in Canadian soil? Like, what's going on?
To be honest, it's not our fault. What I call is the Khalistanis are not Sikhs. Our Sikhs are our brothers.
Yes.
I go into a mandir, I go into a gurdwara.
Yes.
It's not that. It's these separatists that are getting paid. It's not. They're not here. I have 6 brothers. I have 6 friends. They're not with this. I just want the Canadians to know that India didn't do anything wrong. It's just that they want to write it up here, but they'll show no proof.
Khalistani is a Canadian problem.
And we've been told at the temple, by attending the Sikh temple, I've been told, support Khalistan. I said no. And they said, okay, you should go back to India. I said, excuse me, I should go back to India? They said, yeah, you should go back to India. So this is not right. This is attacking. I'm a Sikh. We're moderates. We support. That's our brothers right here, Hindus. Everybody's our brothers and sisters here. But when you cause division and you come in, then you're the problem.
It's exactly the same thing where some person said behind. Why don't they go protest in India?
Exactly.
Why are they here?
Yeah, it's a Canadian politics problem.
Exactly, it's a Canadian politics problem. it could be a political problem as well, where people are getting paid to do this.
Yes.
If they need country, they should have to go India and protest.
Exactly.
Protest in India.
Do that
Exactly.
thing there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Asking
but-
for a separatist state
Yeah.
in a country which is far, far away from where you are looking for the land is not an option here.
Yeah.
It's really not an option.
This is definitely giving the pro-Palestine movement vibes. Like, have you ever considered why neighboring Muslim countries refused to accept refugees from Gaza? But Canada, because it made them look good, look compassionate and nice, it's all a political show for Justin Trudeau's Canadian government. And so we accepted them. We accepted people from really bad parts of the world who were improperly vetted. But I do want to make very, very clear here that pro-Khalistan Sikhs are not the majority of the Sikh population in Canada. And Canada, especially British Columbia and Ontario, is home to one of the largest populations of Sikh practicing Indians outside of India. The failure here was diversity is our strength. And even though there were individuals who don't want Canada, they don't want our values or our life, but Sikhs, very, very different than Khalistanis. Clearly, I mean, look at the amount of people who showed up to protest and march in solidarity. What happened at Hindu Sabha Temple in Brampton? Just one day after it was attacked. I mean, look at all of the Canadian flags there. And there's a lot of reasons why this happened. Like, this conflict dates back to as far as the 1970s, from what I could tell. And the division of these communities was made exponentially worse when Justin Trudeau came out and publicly said that 6 Indian agents were behind the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar, which happened last year in Vancouver, even though he still hasn't provided the public with any proof whatsoever. And you may be wondering, well, why would Justin Trudeau do that? India responded to that by saying that Trudeau's government was preposterous in alleging that they had anything to do with it, and has said plenty of times, show us the proof you have to make a statement like that. And alas, he has not been able to. They have accused Justin Trudeau of doing this as part of a political agenda. Well, here's where it starts to get very, very juicy. Clearly, a large population of Khalistanis do live in Canada. They have all moved here. And according to reports, Justin Trudeau has long relied on a pro-Khalistani vote bank, which might explain why his government has been relatively quiet about what has been taking place in Brampton lately.
Damn unequivocally the violence we've seen in South Asian communities across the country over the past few nights. Let me be very, very clear. The individuals who are inciting violence and division and hatred in no way represent either the Sikh community or the Hindu community in Canada. At a time of Diwali and Bandi Chor Divas, we're seeing communities come together to celebrate their diversity and their strength. We will continue to stand for the unity of Canadians.
Notice how there wasn't any direct condemnation of who it is that is inciting violence. And Jagmeet Singh said in a statement just yesterday, that's the Union Minister of State Railway and Food Processing Industries, Justin Trudeau has successfully divided the Indian diaspora in Canada for his dirty politics. I highly condemn the attack on the temple or any religious place of worship by Trudeau's Khalistani elements. And it turns out that there are also reports and evidence of Jagmeet Singh and correspondence and support of the Khalistani terrorists. Just listen to this.
The Republic Network's 2018 sting on Khalistani elements, in which we recorded Khalistani terrorists confessing to what they do, is in global focus. Viewers, in October 2018, Republic broadcast a sting operation done by Shawan Sen on Khalistani terrorist Shamsher Singh, where he revealed his anti-India agenda, his terror propaganda, his sources of support, and his terror plans. Now, in an undated video that is going viral, Trudeau's close ally, Jagmeet Singh, is seen sharing the platform with Khalistani terrorist Shamsher Singh. Remember, viewers, Jagmeet Singh is the person on whose support Trudeau exists. And this direct link, therefore, between the Trudeau government in Canada and the Khalistani terror groups has been established. This is a link that is not aimed at embarrassing Canada. We are putting out details of this link so the Canadians realize what their country is becoming under Trudeau. Nothing but a terrorist heaven.
And here's proof of Trudeau government's direct link with Khalistani elements. Seen in this undated video is Trudeau aide Jagmeet Singh sharing space with pro-Khalistani Shamsher Singh. The man who was stung by Republic in 2018, where he openly admitted his secessionist and terror agenda.
The armed struggle is the only way. Investing in armed struggle and destabilizing in India with, how they've been operating for the last 30 years, assassinating Indian government officials, attacking military bases, attacking police officers and, soldiers, and, the Khalistanis have a hit list somewhere of all these, people running around like Saini and Alam. And the biggest actions of the movements, we've killed 2,700 police officers. Of various rank. We've killed the Prime Minister, the Chief Minister, generals of the army. These are all targeted killings.
Starting with those who are openly calling for destabilizing India. One such person happens to be Shamsher Singh. This is the same very person with whom Trudeau's right-hand man, Jagmeet Singh, had a meeting in London. And not just that, he also supported the cause of the very organization Shamsher Singh has been representing for years put together.
When it comes to the Liberals saying that Pierre needs his security clearance because without it, he must be hiding something, well, it looks like everybody else who has theirs has been hiding something. Many things, in fact. That security clearance hasn't prevented or stopped anything from taking place. So I guess there goes their argument. Knowing this information, it really does make you wonder why it is that Justin Trudeau has been so vehemently going after conservatives for Russian foreign interference while omitting his own. This was definitely a bit of a tinfoil hat episode, but I am very curious to know your thoughts, other details that perhaps I didn't include or haven't even seen yet. The internet is a vast vat of information and it's impossible to get it all, which is why I rely on you. So if you have anything to add to this, be sure to let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It would make my day if you did. And you can also like this video to help YouTube show it to more people. I'm Jasmine Lane, and I will see you very soon, aka tomorrow.